I never thought that I would get here. I can't believe it's real. But when you've been tortured for so long, today's a grand surprise. For now I see the sun is shining bright, and my voice is no longer crying out to be heard, to be found, because you deserve to hear its sound. And I sing because I'm happy, and I sing because I'm free. I realized that eyes that watched the sparrow never took his eyes off of me. So now I truly sing. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. Because the eyes that watched the sparrow never took his eyes off of me. So now I see. And not only do I sing, I can now see that with every seed planted within my life has served its purpose. I have been through a lot more hell than heaven in my life, but the hellish encounters were only for a time, while the heavenly experiences are actually ongoing. See, for every negative moment that I experienced, victory is the reward after the storm. The reality is that even during the darkest of nights, three things remain true. The moon will shine, the stars will burn brightly, and the sun will eventually rise. See, the fact that you and I both can experience all three of these mysteries is actually the blessing. Why, you ask? Because when you focus on the reality that turmoil actually has an end date, it is then replaced with the promise of victory that if you make it, if you're like me, can use the terms yesterday, last week, a month ago, a few years ago, or when I was younger, today is the manifestation of the thoughts we had during the memories of the prior moments we assumed we'd never survive. But because we were ruled by survival, we misunderstood the fact that the phrase, "what doesn't kill us makes us stronger," proves that as horrid of a memory that it may be and may still visit us occasionally, we'll never physically visit that space, moment, and time. But realistically, in our weakened state of those moments, Abba trained our character to now be defined by heavenly strength. And the reality is that you and I can never go back to that again. You can argue with me, and at one time I'd agree because my thoughts were, dang, that was worse than what happened before. But that's just it. I'm on the other side of that too. And that is still literally a victory. Now, our enemy, the adversary, tricks are to keep us from smelling the roses of today by confusing us to believe that if we conceal what we've experienced, we will be respected and honored more. But I beg to differ, for it is wrong to allow another who could have the opportunity from the learning, the reality of how you and I were snatched from that then reality and are walking into the light of today. See, sisters, no one's gonna down my watch from something that I experienced that I could help them through by telling my story. Because you deserve to live. You deserve to breathe. You deserve to not survive a past that you can never experience again, regardless of what the lies have been planted when you sleep. See, the reality is that when you close your eyes on this day, tomorrow will indeed greet you. So as it was shared to me, live today with the hope of tomorrow, so that today you light the world with your love, which is basically the same thing as in the Our Father prayer, when we were told to ask to give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses, meaning that what we did before, and to forgive those who trespass against us and the people that contributed to it. And then lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. So that literally means that we will be delivered from evil at some point. That right there is the proof that today is better than any smile that you experienced the day before. Because if you are here with me today, gratitude will prepare you to see that today is the best day of your life, my sister. Because yesterday wasn't his end of life for you. Reality literally just means that really is. Many sayings that everything. And yes, let me validate what you did and what you experienced back then. It was a mess. But the fact that it was, meaning past tense, and not is, meaning right now, is the beauty of what really is. So it's important that you don't keep quiet, so that another sister doesn't get to live in a defeated mindset that yesterday is better than the day she's living now, because to be on the other side of that day that we thought was so bad comes with a fresh start of the best day of your life. And that reality of that is that you can choose to be free. You can choose to remember that darkness is a necessity in order to cycle back to the sun. So, my dear sister, my daughter, my cousin, mama, auntie, best friend, you cannot give up in the day that's not chosen for you to remain. The reality is that you don't determine your end date. So have an expectation that you will live through the darkness, because the light is still with you always. And it will lead you, and it is designed to lead you back to the one that created the light. How dare do I be positive, right? About your trauma? But sis, I have to be positive about mine too. Positive that you nor I will ever go through what we went through. We will never experience it again in our lives, and we got to talk about it. It is important to spill the beans on this side of yesterday, so that someone who's going to enter their own darkness of the night, of their own traumas, will understand that it is not finite. It is not final. It's not the end, but it is a beginning of the reset of life for someone who will not ever have to experience a reality that we've already defeated. Because what really is true is that we are living our best life today on the other side of the day that we never thought we'd make it through. And yes, sis, I completely understand that the memory may sting, but the reality of that too is now it is a figment of the enemy's imagination to fool you into now not remaining forward in today, which is really the truth. In reality, that liar has never had authority to bring you back to a day that he interfered with but didn't create. Memories are distant for a reason, and the access to them is actually to save another. But that too has not been revealed to us. Those of us who've had the hardest upbringing have been brought up into this new existing of beginning to share the real gospel of how the one that we are looking to get answers from has actually answered us day after day after day. But see, sis, the lie is and always has been is that if we keep those receipts from yesterday, but never actually account for what was purchased on that day, then survival is the author that continues to coerce you and me with the life from yesterday, taking our focus off our moments of today. And I know that may not seem sensible before this moment, but it really is. And take it from me or not. But I encourage you to see from the view of a woman who had a childhood on, as a child. And in that childhood, I only hoped that the next day would be better than the one that I was currently experiencing in that moment. And that those dreams that met me, guess what? They are now my current victory. You know, the ones that you thought you'd never see. But now you're actually, literally experiencing. And sis, that's the reality.